Do you consider this anything of, would it be fair to call it a legal conundrum, or is that, putting far too much sauce on it? It's really a much more simple issue than that. What's your considered view?
It is simple. It is simple. It is very simple. It's not a conundrum. It is just the fact that you have people who consistently deceive the public, including senior lawyers, and they come and they tell you a section is self-executory when it is not self-executory. The section vested, subsection 2, vested the power of that declaration on somebody, which is the speaker at this time. So the question you now ask is, who is the speaker?
Yes.
Who is the valid speaker?
Yes.
As at this time. So if that question is answered, that this person is the speaker, valid speaker as at that time, did that person make that declaration? If he made the declaration, yes, fine. That's when you now begin to contest. Oh, no, this declaration cannot stand. Then the question will now be, before the court, this declaration, was it validly made or not? But a situation where that declaration, you have not even determined if it was made, and then you now say, you go to court, in enforcing your fundamental right. Mind you, the case where the judge hurriedly, via ex parte order, granted the order, saying, no, these people are not members, it was a fundamental right enforcement procedure. Uche Jumbo, or was that his name, went to court saying that he's been elected as speaker. I will get to that also. By 3 members, 2 members. And so he went to court and said that his rights as a speaker is about to be threatened by some people who are parading themselves, whose seats have been declared vacant, and the court, without bothering to hear the other side, contrary to the position of natural justice, which is odi otare pater. Every law student from year 1 knows that you must hear the other side. Without bothering to hear the other side, went ahead via ex parte order, despite the consistent warning of the Supreme Court. That was why the Court of Appeal said there was no hurry. There was no need. You at least even hear both parties. A man says, my right is about to be threatened. It's okay, yes, I grant you a reprieve for 7 days. And then, but let the other parties come and at least also let me hear them. Without doing that, you went ahead to say the seats have been declared vacant. And the Court of Appeal is saying, no, you don't even have the powers to. Assuming without conceding that you even have the power, you ought to have heard the other side. And then you now come to section 91 of the Constitution, which is another section that a lot of people also have not averted their mind to. So we don't make a mockery of the law made by us. Subject to the provisions of this Constitution, permit me to read again. A House of Assembly of a state shall consist of 3 or 4 times the number of seats which that state has in the House of Representatives, divided in a way to reflect as far as possible nearly equal population, provided that the House of Assembly of a state shall not consist of not less than 24 members and not more than 40 members. So by virtue of section 91, at every time, the House of Assembly must have not less than 24 members and not more than 40 members. So now, a situation where that is the Constitution again.
Yes.
That's the Constitution again.
And we've seen that particular aspect of what you've just read being violated, seriously.
So when I listen to commentators and people say, oh, these sections are, we want sanity in our polity. We don't want a situation where politicians will jump from one political party to another. But the question is, in bringing about this sanity, there should be due process. Due processes must be followed. If we violate the Constitution because it favors us, and when it doesn't, we cry foul. What we are creating is anarchy. We're building anarchy. So, like I said again, there is nothing in these sections that I've read that is a conundrum or that is confusing. It is as clear and visible as it can be, as the word visible itself.
Indeed.
But it's only the interpretation that we are giving to it. Subsection 2 is clear. So what the court now needs to be determined to determine is who is the speaker at this time. Is five greater than 25? These are questions that people will answer quickly. I must say this. If you remember, when Amaewhule was governor, 5 members of the same Rivers State House of Assembly, led by Evans BP, attempted to suspend 26 lawmakers, 5 members, and it created a crisis in that state. And people condemned that act, that 5 members cannot suspend 26 or so. And today, the people that condemned those 5 members are the ones saying 5 members of a House of Assembly can suspend 26. Those people who supported the act that 26 cannot be suspended are the ones now saying, look, the tables are turned today. So that's why I'm telling you that there is no conundrum.
Okay.
What we are just doing is interpretation.
I'm going to come back to you, Libros, and thank you very much for that copious, sort of look at the situation from the constitutional point of view. Mr. George, thank you for holding on all that while. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Uncle Yori, and good morning to Libros.
Yes.
Very copious indeed, the explanation that Mr. Sharma has just given. I hope his name is among the 84 lawyers that they will soon give senior advocates of Nigeria. I hope so.
I don't have a godfather also. My name is not there.
Uncle Yori, as the debacle unfolds in Rivers State, I think the legal system will be the end result for all the parties. But what surprises me is the statement made by 60 members of the House of Representatives. What's their business there? Are they interpreters of the law now? I thought the National Assembly was to make laws. It suddenly turned out to be interpreting what the judges and the judgment that been given. So it takes me back to my earlier suggestion at the time we discussed this issue before, that if the problem in Rivers State continues, the National Assembly might consider legislative work for Rivers State. But how is that going to happen for an already compromised National Assembly now in the dispute? I'm just wondering. Perhaps Libra should also talk to us how that is feasible, where an arbiter is already compromised even before he is called into a dispute. Good morning.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. George. Well, you heard him. And also, Libros,